About half a year ago, I was just sitting in the school library studying. It was about 4:30 p.m., so I was the only one there with the librarian. She was a tall woman with long dark hair with gray streaks in it. She had her reading glasses on and was looking at her computer on the other side of the room. Suddenly, she got up and started walking towards me. Since it was late, I reckoned it was because she wanted me to leave. So I packed my things, preparing to leave. She came up to me and smiled at me, and I smiled back. "Don't worry, I was about to leave," I said, and put my bag over my shoulder. "Of course," she said, followed by one of the weirdest questions I've ever received. "I was just going to ask you, if it's not too much to ask for, can I have a piece of your hair?" The actual librarian asked me for my hair. Why on earth? At first I thought I heard her wrong and asked her what she had said. She told me she makes dolls at home and she thought my hair was pretty. And since we were alone, it wouldn't be weird. I couldn't agree on that, really. Still a little weirded out, I said I really have to go. She was absent from the library the next day when I returned the books, so I decided to put them on her desk. I accidentally knocked over a pile of books on her desk and bent down to pick them up. Under her desk, I found a red box, which I, since being a curious person, opened it discreetly. In there was nothing other than a fucking voodoo doll and some bones. Not sure, maybe bird bones. But there was our headmaster's name written on the doll, and it had a bunch of needles in it. Creeped out, I closed the box and went out of the library. I ran to class thinking about it. Our headmaster had been sick for a few days. The next day or so in school, I was sitting in English class, writing, when I saw the librarian look into the classroom straight at me. We had eye contact for what felt like ages, but were maybe 2 seconds, and she gave me a quick smile and walked away. She continued this behavior for a good 2 weeks, staring at me, wanting to talk to me, but I was avoiding it. Then she disappeared, and God knows what happened to her. People said she got fired or quit for another school. And I don't really care, but hey, creepy voodoo librarian, let's not meet again. Let me give you some background on the situation. My name is John. I'm 16 at the time of the event, in the middle of my junior year. I'm of Asian descent and I'm nearsighted, which means I can't see far away, which is like a couple of inches away from my face. It all started when I was in my homeroom. I'll call my teacher Mrs. H. Now, Mrs. H was a young woman in her 30s, but looked much older than she was. She taught history, and I have her second period. First period just ended, and I'm getting into class. As I walk over to my seat, I see a skinny, black-haired kid sitting there. "Are you the new kid?" I asked. "Yeah, name's Kyle." "Cool, name's John. I don't want to seem rude, but you're in my seat. Could you please move?" He gave me the face that a child makes when you don't give them what they want. He got up and sat in the seat behind me. He reeked of someone who hasn't showered in a while. I take my seat and class begins. Mrs. H explains that there's a project we have to do, and it's on famous landmarks and their purpose. This was a partner project, and lucky me, was paired with Kyle. I thought, not only was this going to give me a bad grade, but it meant that he had to come over to my house, or I had to go to his. Obviously, I didn't want someone to come over to my house, nor did I wish to go anywhere for that matter. So I made a stupid decision and decided to give Kyle my phone number. Everything was all right for the first couple days. Nothing was creepy besides the look he gave me a few days ago. Except for one afternoon where me and him just finished writing. We both did 2 pages each, and we're going to pick out highlights from both and combine them together. This was a couple hours ago. My parents were out at dinner, and I was home alone playing some computer games when I heard what sounded like glass shattering from the basement, which was odd because I was on the 2nd floor. Being the coward I am, I decided to pause the game and listen, not sure what to expect. I sat listening for a good 5 minutes before resuming to my game. Another minute goes by, and I can hear the door to the basement open. I don't have any pets, aside from the cat I have, which was on my bed at the time. I mute my computer and turn off the monitor, grabbing my phone to dial 911. This was on a landline installed to my room, which was my dad's office for some time. I quickly told the operator the situation, and she dispatched an officer. I hear silent footsteps up the stairs. It felt like forever, which was only roughly 3 minutes. I hear sirens. I never felt so safe in my life. That was until my door slammed open. I couldn't see much, but only a mere silhouette of a figure. The sirens passed my window with enough light for me to see the face of Kyle. He doesn't notice me, but he hides in the closet parallel to me. I've never been so scared in my entire fucking life. His facial expression was the same from when I had told him to move out of my seat. It's roughly 30 seconds of utter darkness, besides some streetlights glaring through the window. The door slams open and a cop rushes in, turns on the light and asks me if I'm okay. I scream my fucking lungs out, trying to explain that he's in the closet while sobbing. He opens the closet and gets attacked immediately. But luckily, he tases Kyle. I asked the cop why they arrived so fast on only suspicion. And he told me that the operator said she heard another phone click after I hung up. I handed in the project a week later because I took some time off of school and stayed at my grandparents' house. I got an A, so Kyle, let's never meet again. Note: I had recently noticed my Facebook had my phone number and address on it. Needless to say, that's probably how he got my address. And without a doubt, I took both of them off and set my profile to private. Hey guys, thank you for listening to my first YouTube upload. If you'd like to help this channel grow, please send your stories to the email in the description. And be sure to hit the like button and share. If you hated it with the fire of 1,000 suns, hit the like button 3 times.